What's up, guys? Matt at PF Fab. Just wanted to jump on here and do a video on some of our Fab 9's. Before we get started on that, we're kind of, last video was episode 6 on Devin's, or part 6 on Devin's build. It's we got a few other little things to do on it, but it's going to powder coat, so it's going to be going for a little while. So in the meantime, we'll try to do a little bit of different stuff. But I also want you guys' opinions on what kind of content you guys would like to see. Kind of new at this, so kind of suck at it, so I'm learning as I go. But what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see more of the build stuff we do? Because we do a lot of stuff that comes in and out, smaller build, you know, just build a set of headers, build a turbo kit, do a housing install with some torque boxes, etc. I mean, then we got bigger builds also. Some we can post, some we won't be able to post. Just a lot of grudge racing goes on in this area. But I mean, I just want to, whatever you guys want to see. Like if you want to see more of the build stuff, you like to see a little more technical, which we try to get into as much as we can. It's kind of hard to get every step by step. I mean, I'll get better as we go, but it's just as we're working, it's kind of hard to do every single step. But I'll try to do more of that as we continue to go. But just write down in the comments kind of what you guys want to see. Just kind of give me a better idea. I do have some other stuff planned already that's in the works. And we'll talk about one of these rear ends goes with another build we're going to do. It's a stock suspension Mustang deal, stock front suspension, stock rear suspension, and we're going to keep that one updated as we go. I got the rear end here for that car already, but we're going to do a little build series on that for it's something that's not as crazy. I mean, like my car, the shop car, and Devin's car, both tube chassis style cars with strut front, 4 links. This will be more of your, I'm not going to call it max Everett because it's not a max Everett, but we're going to make a really nice stock suspension style car with our torque boxes, with one of our Fab 9's. It'll be racecraft front suspension. We're going to do a 25.5, stuff like that. Then we got another little junk project we're going to do just for fun, Thursday night, beat it up. Go enjoy like the good old days of when we were in high school, going and with something that was cheapish at the time. We're going to build something like that we're going to call spare parts, because a buddy of mine, Sam's, got a bunch of crap he's bought over the years, and we were talking about it the other day, and I think we got enough to throw a car together pretty quick, and we're going to try to start doing that here in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out for that. But anyway, just comment below, give me ideas, kind of stuff you guys like to see, and I'll see what I can do to the best of my ability. But like I said, I'm going to do this video on showing you guys some of our Fab 9's. We actually have 4 different style housings that we build here right now, so don't always have this many different ones here at one time. So I kind of wanted to show you so you can see the differences, see kind of options, and kind of show you kind of standard stuff we do, what's upgradable, you know, some of the options we have. But yeah, let me spin it around and I'll show you guys what we got. So, all right. So this is one we just finished. This housing right here, we got to get it to Jake to get powder coated at Tinsley's. This is one of our G-body / A-body housings. We built a good bit of these. This one's going to get clear coated, but this is our mild steel standard kind of setup, and the customer added on the anti-roll bar. So what you see minus anti-roll bar is a standard housing we would do. So when it comes with your upper control arm mounts, your multi-hole with the integrated gusset, you got multi-hole lowers, coilovers. We do shear tubes just to add strength. I mean, some folks don't add. That's just little stuff that I think helps make it stronger, makes it a little bit better product. I put tie-down tube straps on them. That's kind of a standard thing. And then, like I said, this housing has a 2-inch billet arm and a roll bar mounted on the bottom. That's what these tabs for. These bearing mounts go in that. So that's our G-body setup right there. Super nice, super capable. We can do these in chromoly. With the chromoly has a O-ring faceplate. We can do them in a floater if you want to. But that's just your kind of standard. This is our most standard end we put on most cars, which is call it a Torino end or a late model big bearing. You can see that's the same housing end. I think all of these except for the 4-link housing have the same ends on them, and these are 3 different completely different cars. So like I said, so that's a G-body unit, just to kind of give you, she looks real nice, very clean setup. One behind it here, so this is a Mustang stock suspension housing, And like I said, this one's basically set up the same way, but for a Mustang. It's got all our standard stuff on it, like we always do. If you buy one from us, it comes standard with the stuff you see. We can add or take away or do different things, but typically if somebody orders a housing from me, it's going to, you know, be fit whatever you need it to be. So if it's a Mustang, it's going to be like this. If it's going to, with the ears this way, it's going to have your upper control arm mounts, lower control arm mounts, coilover mounts with the gussets and the tube tie downs. I kind of do that on all of them. This one again also has the anti-roll bar added. The same anti-roll bar kit on this one. Just a subtle difference you can see on these two housings sitting right here. So this is a Mustang housing. It is not a symmetrical banjo. We call the center of the banjo. And the reason being is because the way these upper control arm mounts are, the ears are, they are low and kind of wide. Well, if you try to make this thing symmetrical, it pushes them out too much and they just don't end up in the place they need to be. This is the only housing that is like this, where the banjo is not symmetrical. I'll go back to this G-body one you can see. So this G-body one's symmetrical, so it's got the center and then the two sides are the same. The two sides match each other, making it symmetrical. But you see, this is the difference. The G-body's got the ears way up high on the banjo or the center, versus the Mustang where they're kind of down low and out. That's kind of one of your, I mean, it's literally the same brackets on the bottom. It's the same brackets on the top, they're just different location. That's why you see the different style housings versus the symmetrical versus the non-symmetrical Mustang stock suspension style. But yeah, like I said, this housing, we're going to do the car this goes in, we're going to do a little build on this thing. It's probably going to be a couple months before we really get rolling on this one good, but it's going to be a stock suspension SN95 Mustang for our buddy Sam. And it's going to get our torque boxes. We're going to mini tub it. So we're going to do the kind of the works on a really nice stock suspension style car, you know, we're on the fence about floors. It'll be stock firewall, stock frame rails in the back, stock frame rails in the front. Something we can get in lots of different kind of racing, all the street car kind of stuff. I mean, it'll be a single turbo, small block deal. So something that's going to be pretty cool. That's kind of not out of the crazy norm for a lot of people, a little more relatable. So hopefully you guys will look forward to that. And so just give us ideas if that's something you want to see, is more of that kind of stuff, or you like seeing the kind of wild builds, because we're going to try to do both and mix them up, but I'm just kind of curious what folks want to see. So this other one on the table, we started assembling this one today. So this is a leaf spring housing. You can see it's a symmetrical center as well. It's got an anti-roll bar added on the bottom. Again, it's the same. So a leaf spring setup kind of comes typical the way you do this, the exact same way. I put adjustable shock mounts on most of my leaf spring mounts just so I can set my shock up to where I want it to be. You don't have to do that. There's people make this bracket. So this has got a threaded, it's got a 4-bolt for the leaf spring to go on there with threaded bungs. So this basically sandwiches your leaf spring, so your cow track or your Sasson bars or whatever it is bolts into this. But some folks make this bracket that has a shock mount on it. You know, it's usually at an angle or whatever. And I've used those in the past, but whenever I'm building on scratch and install it, I usually do this kind of setup. This one's just a satin finish. We can do them in any color. Our guy Jake at Tinsley Custom Coating does an awesome job on powder. This is what the customer wanted on this. It's a good looking color. Looks great here. Like I said, this G-body one's getting clear coated, which I don't love. I think it looks awesome. Don't get me wrong. It looks badass. Problem is, you can see how much color this thing's got in this housing. It loses some of that in the heating process, the baking process. I don't really know why. I'd noticed it on the last couple. Like, you can see how much color is in this housing. And then after this thing will get clear powder coated, it'll lose a little bit of that. Still looks good. Don't get me wrong, but makes me mad when it looks as good as it does now, and then I get it back and it doesn't have that same color, but it's just a heat thing. But this is a color I like to get customers to do a lot. It's not that it's my favorite. It holds up well over time. Anybody's ever raced, you're working on these cars, moving bars, setting them up, taking stuff in and out, modifying this, modifying that. Stuff gets hit, beat on. You don't want to, you're not trying to tear your stuff, but it happens. This color being a textured color like it is, takes a beating and you don't see it as much because it's not a slick, smooth finish. It hides imperfections. Get a little closer so you can see it. it really does hide imperfections, and you can do all kind of crazy colors with this. Like they can do that. He can do this base. I've done a purple one for a customer, so it'll have this texture with a translucent candy purple or any kind of, because the thing about this color is it gets a clear top coat on it either way, and those translucent colors cover that. This one we did our logo in black, and it looks pretty good. We do those silver most of the time, but I think it actually looks really good. It kind of ties some of this stuff together. So like I said, so we got G-body, Mustang stock suspension, leaf spring. I would say we sell the most of our Mustang stock suspension. Second most will be 4-link, which is what we have here, this chair. So this is the actually housing for my car, shop car. I did one post on it. Should have some more coming on that pretty soon. So this is our kind of our standard 4-link. This is a chromoly 4-link setup. So this, chromoly comes standard with a machine faceplate with the O-ring. It's got a lower wishbone mount on this one. We can do an upper wishbone mount as an option. Got things we can do. Like I said, I still built this one, even though it's my car. I didn't want to be fancy. I wanted to do standard of way we build stuff, and this is kind of the same thing. So you see it's symmetrical housing. Got our Moly 4-link brackets, race bar. I do the tubes. For it adds strength, but it also gives you a place to strap the car down. Got the gusset on it. I actually have a symmetrical end on mine. This is like a double roller symmetrical end. Trying it out. I didn't do for a floater, so we're going to try this one out and see how it holds up. My car's got you can see this thing's pretty narrow. It's going in a new edge style Mustang. I got a 13-inch wheel with a 1-inch backspace, so we'll see how that bearing does and holds up well. We know the floater will hold up to the small backspaces, but we'll see how this one does. This is actually a electroless nickel plating or coating on this one. This was the first one I ever tried like this. Place in Gastonia did this thing for me, and it came out pretty awesome. So I can get this done on housings if something you're interested in. I do like this a lot because when you do this coating or plating, it does the inside. You can see the inside's got all that same nickel corrosion resistance plating, which is pretty cool. A lot of times I'll do 4-link bars this way, or wishbones, small parts, small chromoly or steel parts that we use. I do that a lot. Just gives us some contrast to cars, because most times stuff's dark or black or whatever, and that gives it a little contrast in the car. It looks good to me. But like I said, that's our 4-link setup. And then we got a few options on shock mounts. So my car, I'm using what's on this one here. Kind of can see this is a single shear offset shock mount. So single shear meaning this would be a double shear. It's got a tab on both sides. All of these are double shear. My car's going to be pretty light, so the single shear will be a plenty fine option. I'm not too worried about it. But the reason, so people don't know what the offset is for. So this housing right here, I can build this on any center for the most part. This is a 20-inch center. Actually, the most narrow I can do on this style housing is an 18. So I can do 18 and bigger on this style housing. This is a 20-inch center. That's very common on my Fox chassis stuff. We can, like I said, we do whatever. But, so meaning my brackets on my chassis are set on 20-inch center. Same as this, match it straightforward. But, so I need the space. I don't want a bar over or above that. So the key of this thing is trying to make these things light. So my bars my rear tree bars are offset 1.5 inches on each side. So 3 inches narrower than my 4-link brackets. So that's what this 1.5 inches is. So it's 3-inch total. So my actual rear tree bars on my car are 17 inches. Now here's the other option. We got this in a steel option. So that's an offset and a welded steel. It does the same thing. You see how it lines up? Same offset, 1.5 inches. Got it in a billet aluminum option. Same thing, 1.5 inches. If you don't want offset, they got them in standard. This one's a welded steel as well. That's been nickel plated. You see it's the same kind of plating. I do that on as many as I can. Some end up getting powder coated, but we do a good bit of those. And then also the straight in the billet aluminum. So that's 5 of the options we have on rear shock mounts. Yeah, if you got any questions, we sell all these. Websites, performancefabricationllc.com. If you got any questions, Should have email links, all that kind of stuff in the description. Check us out if you got any questions, want one built, anything at all. I'll be glad to help any way I can. We got all the rear end options. We build a lot of these things. I've got one of these housings like this, built for Brad Edwards Pro 275 car. It's been 360s. It's actually been 360s with late model Big Bear ends. It's not even a floater. I built a couple for Devin over the years. Buddy Josh got one. We've sold a good bit of these housings, so we like them. We stand by them. Have a lot of customers that buy multiples. I just shipped one to Dubai the other day. That's the customer's second one, and we're about to place an order on a third one for that customer. So be glad to help you guys out any way we can, whether it be a rear end housing or torque boxes. There's a G-body torque box right there. We just actually finished welding today. We had to ship one out, so we try to keep some of this stuff in stock. And I'll do more videos on product we sell over time, but we stay real busy with car work too, so it's kind of hard to keep stock up. Do the best we can, but so sometimes we'll be a couple days on shipping, but we usually get stuff out pretty quick. If you got any questions, hit me up. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and let me know down below what you want to see next, and we'll do our best to bring it to you. Thank you guys. See ya.